Software was supposed to be blind to geography. A developer in Berlin could use the exact same libraries and frameworks as a developer in Beijing. But when government policy collides with raw code, that unified ecosystem violently fractures. On July 8, 2026, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology published a formal security advisory targeting an American company. They accused Anthropic's AI-powered programming tool, Claude Code, of operating an espionage backdoor designed to siphon sensitive data to servers in the United States. China's National Vulnerability Database claimed that versions 2.1.91 through 2.1.196 of the software were silently harvesting user locations and system identifiers. Within hours, Alibaba, China's largest tech conglomerate, completely banned its engineers from using the tool. By placing these checks inside an everyday coding assistant, the tech industry has transformed routine software development into an active site of geopolitical tension. Independent security researchers reviewed the source code and confirmed the mechanism actually exists. They found hidden checks actively scanning system settings for Chinese time zones and hunting for common proxy servers and VPNs operating out of the mainland. Anthropic fired back the next day. They stated the hidden code was an experimental anti-abuse mechanism. American companies are legally prohibited from providing advanced AI to sanctioned countries, and Anthropic claimed this was simply a way to identify and block unauthorized users bypassing restrictions with VPNs. This chart shows the widespread impact on user confidence. In an industry poll following the disclosure, 68% of developers stated they would either stop using Claude Code entirely or place it under strict review. Even if Anthropic's motive was strictly legal compliance, deploying a silent data collection mechanism broke the basic social contract with their users. They created a systemic void of trust, and the Chinese government used that opening to frame the tool as an espionage threat. To understand why this accusation surfaced when it did, we have to look back 1 month. In early June 2026, Anthropic publicly accused Alibaba of attempting to extract the capabilities of Claude AI models through reverse engineering. Alibaba offered no public response. Instead, their security engineers began tearing Claude Code apart line by line until they uncovered the hidden geographic checks. The root of those checks lies in federal export laws. The U.S. government mandates American firms cannot allow advanced AI tools within Chinese borders. To avoid federal penalties, Anthropic had to build digital border guards. This flowchart illustrates the options available. Anthropic could have implemented a transparent geo-block or displayed a clear warning to VPN users. Instead, they chose a silent data extraction loop, gathering user metadata without notification. In their attempt to satisfy American export regulations in secret, Anthropic provided their rivals with a strategic argument against the neutrality of Western technology. China leveraged the discovery immediately. By officially branding the compliance mechanism as a security backdoor, Beijing provided Alibaba with the legal justification needed to purge the American application from its networks. This table shows the immediate transition. Alibaba moved its employees off the American tool and onto Coder, their own in-house, government-approved alternative. This local corporate ban reflects a measurable acceleration of technology decoupling between the two superpowers, a policy maintained throughout the Biden administration. That decoupling strategy builds on the trade restrictions and hardware embargoes initiated years prior. Alibaba's software ban wasn't just about security. It was a move in China's tech independence playbook. By portraying American tools as completely untrustworthy, Beijing is artificially creating the vast market space necessary for domestic AI to thrive. Researchers at the MIT Technology Policy Institute suggest this friction is not a temporary anomaly. They predict that the global internet is fracturing into 3 distinct isolated technology ecosystems. The first is the American bloc, driving innovation but constrained by privacy frameworks like GDPR. The second is the Chinese bloc, prioritizing self-sufficiency and domestic tools under state oversight. The third is the open source bloc, leveraging open source models to avoid depending on either superpower. This bloc is grounded in densely concentrated developer hubs like India, where engineering teams are using decentralized tools to maintain their own technical autonomy. Brazil is following a similar path. integrating open-source infrastructure to ensure its technology stack isn't subject to foreign policy shifts in Washington or Beijing. As these ecosystems drift apart, software is no longer a neutral utility. It has become the primary mechanism used to enforce national boundaries in a multipolar world. For individual developers, this means the end of passive consumption. You can no longer assume that a cloud-based tool is working only for you. You must monitor outbound network traffic and scrutinize terms of service. The Claude Code incident demonstrates that even reputable tools may be carrying out background tasks to satisfy government mandates. To protect your workflow, you need an exit strategy. If a tool is blocked, you must safely pivot to local or open-source models. AI is a powerful utility, but it cannot replace human accountability. In a fractured world, the developers who maintain their sovereignty will be those who take absolute ownership of their code and their privacy.